Good day, teachers. As promised, I promised this post-training video here for the things that you all asked specifically in the training to show you two things. I'll show you how using the sections helps you in putting your test together, as well as the open-ended questions. What's one of the best ways you can try to do that to allow your students to express themselves freely in open-ended questions like these here. So what I will do firstly is show you when you use the sections to sectionize each question and you send your link to your students, this is what it will look like. So first of all, it will come up and you ensure that tell your students, make sure they see their names there, right? Before you click next. Then now you could go through each question on its own at a time. So here we have number 1 alone. So number 1, and the student chooses their answer, right? And then you give instructions to go next. And then you keep going until you are completed with your test, right? So I'm just going down to show you that I do have open-ended questions here as well. So in the open-ended questions, this is what it would look like, and the students can type their answers freely here. Just to go back here though, when I was setting my test for those open-ended questions, I did not, if I go to my answer key, I did not include any answers here, right? Because as we know, it's very tedious to put every possible answer that your students might have. However, you can still do so if you wish to get that automatic, to make it more automatic. But I prefer review the answers that the students give for open-ended questions. So I leave it blank here when I click done, right? So now when I go to my results of what the children, the responses of what they would have submitted, here I have my options of the summary where I'll get my little graphs. I have the questions and I have individual responses. So here if we go to the individual responses, we see for this student here, there is no marks assigned for the last question and it has it as wrong. You see the X here? That's because I did not correct it yet. So they did not get any mark. So now I have to go back to the question area here and I go to question 5, which is that's open-ended question. Jason has a hole in his pocket. His mother gave him money to buy lunch. He put his money in his pocket, then walked to school. What happened next? It's a prediction test, as you remember, predicting outcomes. So here now we see all the responses of the children. So 3 of them said his money will fall out his pocket. Is that correct? Is that a good prediction? Yes, of course. So if that's correct, I click correct and watch what happens here. Right now he has these children here, all 3 of them have no marks. But if I click correct, they get their 2 marks, right? And I go through all of them. Jason will buy lunch for lunchtime. Now, what will he buy his lunch with? That's not a good prediction. So I put that as wrong. So that child will get 0, right? Jason, money will fall out his pocket. Yes, that's correct. That's a prediction that will work. So here we give them their marks, right? The money in his pocket will fall out. Yes. Jason will buy lunch for lunchtime. He would not have any money to buy lunch, so he would not be able to buy lunch, right? The money will fall out on the floor. Yes. Jason lost his money because he had a hole in the pocket. And here you see the levels of the answers that your children can also do. That's why I like to review open-ended questions, right? Yes, right? Jason, money will be lost. Yes. I think Jason's money will fall out his pocket. Yes. And you see, whoever have these responses would get their marks. His money will fall out his pocket. Yes. Right, that's a good prediction. His money will fall out his pocket. Yes. You see, all these are similar, but because some of them have extra words, some of them don't have capital letters, they show up as different. But that doesn't matter. As a teacher, you want to know the responses of your children for open-ended questions, right? And it's very easy because all of these are all the number ones. Imagine having to go through different books, the manual way in class, and go through each book, number one, number one, number one. It's very tedious. Here it is, you have all lined up here with all your students' responses. Right, his money will fall out his pocket, right? The money will fall out his pocket, and he will have no money for lunch, right? Money will drop off his pocket, yes. His money will fall out his pocket. So you're seeing the words and the level of words that your children have. You're seeing spelling errors that they have, and you can address these in other subjects as well. So this is why it's very important that you review each child's response. Here you see that, writing sentences. You need to capitalize, you need to put your punctuations, right? You have so much more information you see when you review as a teacher, when you have open-ended questions. I'm just going through here as I would show you now how every time when I do this, it's updating not automatically. I'll show you what you have to do when you're finished grading here. This money will fall out. Spelling errors that you need to address, but this is not a spelling test, so you would not mark the child down for that here, right? When it's a spelling test, you will mark him out, right? Money will fall, you would mark them down for that spelling fall, F-O-L here, because even typing skills the children are not up to mark with, so you can't fault them for that. His money will fall out his pocket. Jason will get sad because he lost his money and will not be able to buy lunch. So this is a very deep, higher level thinking. So you can now go and see which child has this kind of answering and make them model for the other children. Now, as I'm finished giving all of them their marks, right? Only one of them was wrong and I didn't get any marks here, right? Very important, you must click save here. This time, it's not automatic. When you finish updating here, under the questions, area, under this question area in responses question, and you give your marks, you must click save. When you click save here, when you go to the individual now, you'll see for number 5, this child was not marked before, right? But now you see there's a tick and she got her 2 marks here, right? There's a tick and the child gets their 2 marks. So this is how you do this. Right, so now you see how the sections help you. Now you see how you correct open-ended questions, which gives you a lot of information for you as a teacher, and that's the whole purpose of assessment. If you all have any other areas like this that you would like, please send me an email to shiva@digitalguru.tips. That's shiva@digitalguru.tips, or give me a WhatsApp at 764-4685. I'm more than glad to do videos like these for you all to help you along, right? And I look forward to seeing you all in future training. Thank you very much. Have a good day.